Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, November 8th.
And I would imagine best practice would be when we have statements from a child, right, as a student in our school, that those statements be redacted and not put into the public, especially when it is going to media.
That's Flagler County School Board member Will Furry expressing concerns about information disclosed through a public records request. These concerns stem from a Flagler School's investigation into an incident at Buddy Taylor Middle School's agri-science farm, where at least one student was bitten by a rat. In the aftermath of the September 6th incident, a teacher faced reprimand and the school's agriculture program was temporarily suspended. An article on the Flagler Live News website included student statements taken from the investigator's report. Will Furry believes that the release of the students' statements should have never transpired. He discussed the matter with School Board Attorney Christy Gavin at yesterday's board meeting.
So, but could we have redacted that before it was sent out to a news organization?
It would not be redacted in any public records request.
It cannot.
The report is the report in and of itself.
You're saying we cannot choose to redact a minor statement in a
not when
report.
It's related to the investigation. What am I redacting? There's no student name in there.
Well, there are things in the statements that could clearly help somebody could identify that student, their location of their school, and who they were by just reading the statement, right? And this kid was already harassed for coming forward out of the gate because this was a popular program, a popular teacher, and some of the kids felt that this, by them coming forward, they could lose it. And now, because this was released, this child has now gone through a whole nother round of this.
Furry explained that it was parental complaints that prompted his investigation into the potential redaction of the students' statements. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Today is a big day for Flagler schools as they welcome a very special guest. Superintendent LaShaka Moore tells us who will be in town today.
We will be hosting Apple, the company. They will be here and looking at the great things that are happening in our schools, as well as having individuals that will join them for tours of our schools from all over the world, all over the country, that are going to be coming here to Flagler schools to see the great things that are happening in our schools.
In October, it was announced that 4 Flagler County schools achieved the prestigious status of being named an Apple Distinguished School for the 2023-2026 program term. Flagler Palm Coast High School, Matanzas High School, Bunnell Elementary School, and Wadsworth Elementary School earned the honor for their dedication to fostering innovative educational practices and their effective use of Apple products to enhance the learning experience.
Flagler County deputies arrested 11 people, handled more than 770 calls for service, and made more than 220 traffic stops over the weekend. Sheriff Rick Staley highlights one of the traffic stops that happened Saturday in Bunnell.
One of those traffic stops resulted in an arrest when an individual already on probation for a felony charge was stopped for a traffic violation. The deputy observed marijuana in his vehicle, and in the process of attempting to further investigate the violation of his probation, he attacked the deputy sheriff. I promise you that if you attack a deputy sheriff, you will still go to jail, but now with more severe charges.
Oscar Banks is being held on a $20,000 bond on charges of battery on a law enforcement officer resisting arrest with violence and a violation of his probation. The deputy suffered minor injuries in the incident. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
Who helps at CORE?
Hope Walton is one of those on the front lines at CORE, and she knows what to ask a potential client.
How can we help you? And then after talking with them and finding out what kind of care they're looking for and letting them know the options that we can provide and help link them to, it's building that care plan based on around what they're wanting.
Walton said that the goal is to find out where CORE fits in a treatment plan and how soon that client wants to get help. Flagler Health Matters is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11:30, and it's on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, meet another team member. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.